Hey everyone, welcome to the I Heart Podcast. My name is Jonathan North and welcome to Christmas in July. Last year I started Christmas in July as a way to review Christmas movies that I wasn't able to get to in December. Every December I do the Christmas Carol Countdown, a series where I review a wide variety of versions of the Charles Dickens classic A Christmas Carol. You've probably seen by now that I really enjoy talking about different versions of Alice in Wonderland. The Christmas Carol Countdown is basically the same thing. I just really like discovering new versions of my favorite stories and seeing how different filmmakers handle the same material. However, since my December is full of Christmas carols, and only Christmas carols, I wanted to figure out a different way to talk about other Christmas movies. And so, Christmas in July was born. Christmas in July is technically already a thing, I just co-opted the idea for my own purposes. For Christmas in July last year, I did a bunch of short reviews on my YouTube channel. I talked about a few things I enjoyed, I had my cousin Sarah on to talk about a few old Disney shorts, and Rachel and Amber of the Hallmarkies podcast joined me to talk about some of their favorite Hallmark Christmas films. This year, since I now have this podcast, I wanted to focus more on this show and less on the short videos. I think I'll probably try to do some short videos if I have the time. This bonus episode of the podcast was actually filmed with the intent of being one of those short videos, but at the last second I decided to use it as a bonus episode here, just to let any new listeners of the podcast know what's up. So in today's episode, Sarah and I are talking about what I apparently erroneously assumed was a Christmas special. We're both big fans of a lot of Aardman Animation's work, including their shorts featuring Shaun the Sheep. A few years ago, they released a short that I thought was for Christmas on the BBC. The BBC is no stranger to doing Christmas specials for some of their most popular series. I always look forward to new Doctor Who Christmas specials from them each year, so I think that's where my confusion came from. However, this short is actually a Boxing Day special. That's not a thing in America, but plenty of other countries have a bonus holiday the day after Christmas, and it's commonly called Boxing Day. Apparently that is when this short was released, not Christmas. So we sit down to watch this Christmas special, titled The Farmer's Llamas, which at one point I thought was about Christmas llamas. Like I kept calling it the Christmas Llamas, which furthered my confusion. So we're watching, and there's nothing Christmas about this short. It actually seems to take place during the summer. So my plan to kick off this year's Christmas in July is rapidly falling apart, but at the last second I decided to save the episode, and I found another Shaun the Sheep short called We Wish You a Merry Christmas, you spelled E-W-E, like the sheep. Anyway, we still decided to record the episode, only now it's about two shorts, only one of which is Christmas related. Although, since The Farmer's Llamas does seem to take place in the summer, it could conceivably be set during July. So, really, everything fits. Christmas and July. Boom, fixed it. I mean, this was my plan all along. Anyway, at this point my intro is going to be almost as long as the review itself, so let's get on with this episode about some Shaun the Sheep shorts with Sarah. That almost sounds like a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast. Some Shaun the Sheep shorts with Sarah. Anyway, on to the show. So, I guess we'll start with The Farmer's Llamas.
First off, even though this is on Boxing Day, this looks like a little summer holiday type.
Yeah, there was no winter.
And I realized
about it.
I realize that they can have much milder weather than we do here in Iowa, but still, it seemed like they were going to a summer fair.
Yeah.
Complete with bake sale or contest.
Yeah, there was nothing Christmas holiday about it, really.
Which the baking contest was adorable and so British. You have this little old lady trying to stack pink wafers like a house of cards. The farmer and the dog have made a cake to try and win, and then this Peruvian-looking man comes along, charming his llama with a pipe, little pan flute, and the spell is broken because he trips on a cord. And then the llamas start to wreak havoc. The farmer accidentally buys them, partly because of Shaun's mischief, and then they come home and start to wreak havoc. And first Shaun is in on it with them, and then they take it too far and pretty much destroy the barn, and then Shaun is nobody's favorite. And what starts out as this really silly little cartoon becomes absolutely ridiculous and epic, complete with a rooftop standoff and lightning.
With a lightning storm.
Yeah. And then I don't want to give it all away because then you miss some of the twists and turns of Aardman. But they do manage to finally suppress the horrible, mischievous beasts.
Yeah, it really took a turn that I was not expecting.
And I would just want to say that I do not believe that this is an accurate portrayal of the temperament of llamas. The temperament of llamas is tough and loyal and, I don't think that they would steal your soda pop and watch your TV and lock you up in a cupboard. I just don't think that's the way they operate.
Yeah, since I thought this was a Christmas special, for some reason I was just assuming that these were happy Christmas llamas, and it turned out they were borderline psychopaths.
They were like teenage rebel jerk llamas. That's pretty much what they were. So, you'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute and far-fetched as usual, and also very clever as usual.
Mm-hmm. Very funny, very Aardman sense of humor. If you've watched anything Aardman, you kind of know what you're in for.
All the bad guys are brought to justice, and everyone has a happy ending, including the bad guys, except for maybe the llamas, but they deserve it. If you pay attention to the end credits, they have little pictures detailing what happened after the fact, and the llamas end up in a home with a little girl who likes to play dress-up with llamas. So yeah, just watch the pictures at the end.
Yeah.
And then we wish you, EWE, a Merry Christmas. Of course, cute, clever. The farmer is trying to give the sheep a Merry Christmas and the dog a Merry Christmas. And they look in the window and he's having a very pitiful Christmas. And the dog starts crying.
The dog just breaking down was hilarious.
And so they go to great lengths to dress up the living room, make it beautiful and Christmassy. They steal the church tree. It's hilarious. And after they've done their good deed, they go back to the barn and find out that Santa has visited them for real. And the next day, family and I think just some random chick who somehow is a love interest in a slightly suggestive dress shows up, and they have Christmas with the farmer, and everybody gets presents and has a great time, and there's an awkward scene where a ring lands where it shouldn't in the woman's dress. But other than that, that's the biggest complaint I have for this cartoon. Other than that, it's really cute and sweet. Her hair looks like cotton candy, by the way. But no, it's very cute and
very
sweet.
Charming British Christmas.
I don't think that the rooster was having a good time because he sees that one of his friends got roasted. Anyway. So yeah, kind of the usual. But when is it ever usual? It's usual and unusual at the same time when you're watching Aardman. It's very, very cute and clever.
Yeah.
So.
I highly recommend this as if you want to celebrate Christmas in July, or just wait till Christmas, either way.
Or if you need to celebrate Boxing Day and you need something different than all the movies that they play on Boxing Day. I have no idea. Does anybody have Boxing Day movies in other countries?
I don't know. Boxing Day isn't really something that I ever think about because it's not a U.S. holiday.
Not really, no. I feel like this is a Google search waiting to happen.
Anyway, highly recommend both of these shorts. Look for them, check them out. They're worth watching.
Also, in the llama one, Timmy plays a large role and is sort of the hero of that one. So that's also a recommendation because I love Timmy. Okay,
I think that's going to be all for today. I'm not sure exactly what all I'm going to have this month. I think more of these episodes are going to be longer. They're going to be for the podcast. This one's just kind of a short little cartoon review, but there'll be more lengthy episodes later on. I'm not going to do as many as I usually do for Christmas in July because I don't really have time to do that many, but
there may not be any diapered kittens this year.
We'll have at least one episode a week, so you can look forward to whatever comes next, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks to Sarah for joining me for this bonus episode of the iHeart Podcast. In the next episode, we'll be going from one Shaun to another. This time we talked about Shaun the Sheep, and next time Shaun Chandler will be joining me. Shaun and I will be talking about the movie Elf for Christmas in July. However, most of the episode ended up just being a fun conversation about movies in general. Next time will be a rather different kind of episode, but we had a lot of fun recording it, and I'm excited to share it with you. So we'll see you next time on the iHeart Podcast with Shaun Chandler.